I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about lately, and that's Deontay Wilder and the recent negative headlines that he's been receiving these last 2 years, year and a half or so, particularly with the dominant Brazil situation. That's one situation that's been publicized about how after his fight with Gerald Washington, there was some type of physical altercation, verbal altercation between him and Dominic Brazil, his team, Deontay Wilder's team, and Dominic Brazil. And Dominic Brazil was with his wife and children. And obviously that's not a good look if everything that's been said, if that's true, then that's not really a good look. But again, you know, that's alleged. A lot of the stuff is alleged, and there was a tape, but it's really hard to determine what actually went on in there. You saw Deontay Wilder in there, but you don't really see him really assaulting anyone in that picture, but you do see his team there, so we'll see what happens there. There's a pending lawsuit, but regardless, it's definitely negative press that you don't really want. And also, situation with this marijuana in his vehicle and him being stopped. And obviously, in some states, that's a crime. In my state, it's not. So everyone has their own take on that. I don't think that's really a big deal, but it's negative publicity that he doesn't need. And, you know, also on Twitter, he's been very verbal with a lot of fighters, making physical threats. And even in one interview, he mentioned that he wants to kill a man in the ring, or he's on this kill some man in the ring type stuff. And, you know, that's basically a strong physical threat type thing, because it's nothing to make light of, taking someone's life in the ring, because it's actually something that has happened in boxing very frequently, as everyone knows who follows the sport, and it's really nothing to make light of. So, you know, was that unacceptable for him to say that, or was it just him saying something off the cuff? Was it just a bravado type thing that people shouldn't take serious, or should we really take that serious? Regardless of all that, there's also been allegations of abuse towards women. So again, this stuff is all alleged. I can't say that, you know, all of it is factual, but I did hear him say those things in regards to Dillian White, and I have seen him on Twitter and read a lot of his tweets and some of the controversial things he's been saying lately. So my question is all of this just him playing the bad guy role? Because coming up, Deontay Wilder was that Olympic type American hero when he first turned pro. He was the guy that was going to be the face of heavyweight boxing for America. He was that role model that young kids should aspire to be like. And only recently has a lot of this stuff been going on. Like I said earlier, you know, the last year and a half, 2 years. So my question is this really who Deontay Wilder is? Or is he just trying to play that bad guy role? Is he trying to play the heel, sort of like in WWE, play that Stone Cold Steve Austin type role? Or even in boxing, that Floyd Mayweather role? Is this him just trying to promote himself or get attention, get his name out there so people will talk about him? And then, you know, when people talk about you, they're going to be interested in seeing you in the ring, whether they want you to lose or whether they want you to win. So is he trying to follow the Floyd Mayweather blueprint? Or is this just him being frustrated, seeing a guy like Anthony Joshua, who only has 19 fights, and getting the popularity and attention that he's received recently, and, you know, those big paydays that he's received recently? Is Deontay Wilder saying to himself, well, I've been in the game longer than this guy, I'm a world champion too, so I'm ready for my shot, I'm ready for my big mega fight and my big payday? And let's talk about this offer from Eddie Hearn, $3 million offer to fight Dillian White, which a lot of people are saying that's a great offer, and it seems like a good offer on the surface, because it's a tough fight, but it's definitely a winnable fight for Deontay Wilder. It's a fight that I would favor him in, but I think Dillian Whyte does have a shot in that fight because he is a really strong offensive fighter, but does get hit a lot, as we saw in the Anthony Joshua fight. Dillian Whyte got in a slugfest type shootout with Anthony Joshua, and he got hit with that one big shot, that uppercut, and put him out. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to suggest or think that Deontay Wilder can't do the same thing with that bomb of a right hand that he has. So $3 million seems like a good payday, but is Deontay Wilder just holding out a little bit? He said he wants 7, but what if, you know, Eddie Hearn comes back with 5? Would that be doable? You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's just holding out and trying to get a little bit more, which isn't such a bad thing. I mean, people are saying he's pricing himself out, but maybe he's trying to like get the most he can out of the situation. Maybe he thinks he can get more than 3 million. Maybe he can get more than 3 million. 7 million seems pretty steep for a fight of that magnitude against Dillian Whyte, but if Deontay Wilder holds out a little bit and he ends up getting the fight for like 4 or 5 million, it's still more than the original 3, because we all saw what happened with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, how they, you know, let that drag out a little bit, and they ended up making way more money, you know, than they normally would have made if they fought when everyone wanted them to fight. So is Deontay Wilder wrong here? Is he making the bad move? That remains to be seen, but if he does stay undefeated, it's almost a given that him and Anthony Joshua will clash, because that will be an awesome mega fight, and that's a fight that I really would be interested in seeing happen. So my question is to everyone out there, is this just kind of a promotional type thing that Deontay Wilder is doing? Or do they really think that he has these types of feelings in his heart? Does he really want to physically hurt somebody and kill somebody? Because I've seen him say before fights that, you know, I just want to win. I want to win in impressive fashion, and hopefully we both leave the ring with our faculties intact. He said that on several occasions, but only recently has he really become a little bit over the top with some of these threats that he's been making. So again, is it frustration, or is it him just trying to promote himself and get that bad guy type tag thrust upon him, so people will, you know, want to come see him fight or want to talk about him? Is he just trying to do this for promotion? So let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I don't think Deontay Wilder has that hate in his heart. I don't think he's a bad person. But again, I don't know him personally, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he'll get that big fight. And hopefully we get to see a lot of big fights in the sport of boxing, because that's what we all want. So him versus Anthony Joshua is an awesome fight. So hopefully that happens within the next year or so. So let me know what you guys think. Is this just for promotion, or is Deontay Wilder really this type of guy? Because I don't know. All right, till next time, talk to y'all soon. Peace. Beavis out.